Our next interviewee is Reagan Hune. Reagan's new here at IU East. She's a freshman. Reagan, where are you from?
Well, Travis, actually, I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Not many people know that. People know me as, oh, you're the girl from Carmel, Indiana. You're the rich girl, but that's far from it, actually.
How did you get started in basketball? I know you played a little bit throughout high school and the lower levels, but where was your start?
I started playing basketball around like 5 years old. My mom and dad were, we were just a family of athletes. And so my brother, he's the middle child, he plays football, and he actually at the University of Hawaii. So that's really cool to watch him. My sister ran track at Ball State. And so like my parents were just gonna throw me in just about every sport at a young age just to see which one would stick. And the last two that stuck were basketball and track. So when I got to high school, when I was thinking about the recruiting process and what I was going to do at the next level, I ended up picking basketball as like the best decision for me.
What made you pick basketball over track?
I chose basketball because it just seems more rewarding to me. When you're running track, I was just running. You know, when you're in basketball, you have friends coming to your games. You have a smaller team, like around like 11, 12 girls on the team, so you're closer with them. You have a closer relationship with all of your coaching staff, and just it's more like dribbling, shooting. It's just a lot more fun for me.
You mentioned that close camaraderie you had with all of your teammates. Is that one of the reasons why you chose IU East as your college?
100%. I remember on my recruiting visit, it was just such a huge family aspect for me because I had visited a couple of other schools where it was like serious. They could get the stuff done, but I just didn't see them click like they do here at IU East. And it's either that or I just wasn't really included with the team at all. They would just put me through a couple of drills and didn't really care about the camaraderie, like you said. So when I went on my visit, Coach Selhorst did a very good job of letting all of her players know that what sells people to come here to IU East is the team, like the teammates, the camaraderie. So,
and it's been an interesting season so far. It hasn't had the best of starts, but what have your thoughts been so far on this experience at IU East?
As a freshman, I didn't really know what I was getting into. Even though I say that, I did have a little warning, a little heads up, because my mom actually was a basketball coach in college, and she played at the college level at the D2. So she kind of warned me that it's a different beast. You're gonna be facing girls that are bigger, faster, stronger, wiser, just they have more experience under their belt. So you have to be ready before, you have to stay ready before you have to get ready, if that makes any sense. So getting into that, I had high expectations for the season, and they're still being met despite our record. Our record may not look the prettiest on paper, but we're improving within those games. You could see, just like this past weekend, we played Ohio Christian University, and that was probably the best game we've ever played. In my opinion, I'd say so, because we were focused on high percentage shots, and those are layups, kick-out threes, and free throws. We were really focused on that and just controlling what we could control. In the record that we have, in the people in our conference and the teams that we play, we scheduled those teams because they're really hard in the beginning, so we can be prepared for down the road and in tournament play.
Yeah, and I've gotten to see a lot of those games played, especially with all my broadcasting. I even got to go to Kingsport, Tennessee.
Oh, that was
to see
fun.
you guys play. Yeah, it was really fun. Arby's and a lot of other inside jokes.
Oh my God.
But it's a fairly young team. It's a small team, but it's a young team. Where do you see this team going, not only for the rest of this season, but beyond the season?
I see this team, with us being young, I see a bright future ahead of us. Just because we're young, it doesn't mean we can make excuses, if that makes any sense. We may not have the most experience under our belts, but we were recruited to IUEs for a reason. We need to use all of our strengths and play to them and stay focused and buy into what coach is saying. And especially with the new recruits coming in next year, and all of us are going to work really hard in the off season and just work on our craft so we can all put the puzzle pieces together. So we're going to be fine. If we just have a positive mindset, I feel like we're going to have a pretty good end to the season.
This might be a little bit cliche, but we're going into a new year. The women's team doesn't have any other home games this year in 2019. Do you have any personal goals you're looking to meet coming into this next half of the year?
Personal goals of mine would probably be getting to the free throw line more. That's one of the main jobs of mine that coach expects me to do. One was to be a defensive stopper. I need to start taking more pride into my defense and being able to shut down the opposite team's best player. I need to focus on that. But the other thing about getting to the line is just slashing the middle, gathering myself, and being able to finish around the rim. Just focusing on that square, hitting it, and getting to the free throw line, because believe it or not, I used to be one of the worst free throw shooters in the past, especially in high school. People would just be like, "Oh God, Reagan's at the line again." I don't even want to watch this. But now I'm 100% at the line. Not to brag or anything, but that's also because I haven't shot that many free throws. So with this newfound confidence that I've had with these free throws, I think it's my job to get to the line more.
Well, not only getting to the line, but also you've been trying to get up in the broadcast booth just a little bit. You got to do a recent game with me, the men's game. Tell me a little bit, what got you interested in doing broadcasting?
It all started my freshman year of high school. I think I chose just radio as a class at Carmel, just as an elective. I didn't know what to expect out of it. Excuse me. I just knew when I was younger, I would make little videos of myself and just I wanted to be the center of attention. Sorry about it. I really enjoyed that kind of stuff. So when I wanted to be in radio, I had a couple of expectations of myself, but I just wanted to see the progress that I would get in those 4 years. Because like I said, I had a family of athletes, but that's all they did. They did it well, but that's all they did. I wanted to be something else. I wanted to be someone bigger than I already was, if that makes any sense. I wanted to be a double threat. I wanted to ball on the court and ball in the booth, if you will.
To achieve that double threat status, what's your major for IU East?
I am majoring in communications.
Hey, me too.
Okay. Funny how that works.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself going beyond college, especially with that communications degree? As a career, at least.
Well, my senior year of high school, I was a sideline reporter for football, and that was probably the highlight of my senior year. It was really fun to just growing closer to the people within my team, my broadcasting team. So that was really fun for me, and I really liked interviewing one of the offensive coordinators during halftime and just being in that football aspect. Like I said, I've watched my brother play football for as long as I can remember. And so just being a sideline reporter would be a really cool experience. And if that doesn't work out, I could try out being a color commentator like I've practiced. When I was younger, that was the main goal, to be men's basketball color commentator, and I'm getting to live my dream.
And with that dream too, with your family, you mentioned how broad of a range of all the sports they played is. Mm-hmm. How supportive are they of this new endeavor?
They are so supportive of me. Ever since I was a little kid, they've always they've seen a potential in me that I can't even see in myself. So with that drive and, excuse me, sorry, they're invested in everything that I do. They push me to be the best person and the best athlete that I can be. So, and I know that they're always in my corner.
And it's pretty obvious that you're trying to be the best athlete you can be. We actually do have a clip. You got that buzzer beater all the way back near the beginning of the season in overtime. What were your thoughts before you were about to take that shot and then after you took that shot?
Okay, so let me give you the rundown of this. When Coach drew up the play and the timeout, like right before it happened, in my mind, I was like, Reagan, if you mess this up, you're just going to be the typical, never trust a freshman. Like, you're not going to be able to, like, live this one down. It'll be all your fault. But then, that was the little devil on my shoulder. The angel on my shoulder was like, Reagan, if you think about it too much, you're actually going to mess up. So, and just be positive. You have taken 1,000,000+ shots within the span of your life. And you've seen it go in several times. This is just a shot. It's just a game of basketball. You're not going to die. So when the whistle blew, Addie made a great pass to me. Let's not forget about the pass. She lobbed it up there. I was able to reach it out of the sky. And I realized that I was not gathered. I was in the air, and I had some hang time, and I realized if I throw this up, I am going to break it off of the front of the rim. So luckily, I had enough space to gather myself, take one left-handed dribble, and elevate over, I think it was 2 Aquinas players, and just see it go right over the lip of the rim.
It was great to watch in slow-mo, too. I don't know if you could see on our monitor TV back there, Ryan was playing in slow-mo. But, yeah, it's pretty amazing as a freshman being able to walk on to this young team and really make an impact because you lead the team in blocks right now. Not only that, too, you've been the leading scorer in a couple of these recent games. I mean, what's the preparation like, especially to get to that level? It sounds like you're trying to maybe not try to prove yourself, but you feel like you want to prove yourself in this.
The preparation going into moments like this, I mean, I've been doing it my whole life. Just going hard and just wanting to get better every single day, just not being satisfied. Like getting into the gym, just getting up my shots that are game-like. Nothing like no crazy half court, but that's towards the end. Like the fun shots come towards the end because you never know when that stuff is going to happen. But on a more serious note, just getting in the gym, practicing game-like shots, and just having confidence in myself. That's a big thing. My senior year, I would say, of high school basketball, I had a complete 180. I had to be a leader because my previous 3 years, I was just a role player. I had a job and I did it, but that was it. I wasn't really much of an offensive threat. And so that transition period between my senior year of high school and the summer or preseason of college freshman basketball, that's where I knew that I had an opportunity to just be reborn, to renew my game, and to prove myself, to prove to all the people who, I don't want to be cheesy, like people who doubted. I had a lot of people in my corner and supported me, but just people, like the voices in the back of my head saying that maybe you shouldn't do this, maybe you should have ran track, maybe you should have done everything else, but I had to prove to myself that I can do this. So I guess I am kind of proving it to myself, if that makes sense.
Well, there you go. Finally, as a freshman walking onto a college team, do you have any advice for other freshmen or high schoolers about to become a college freshman? What tips can you give them in terms of that transition from high school ball to college ball?
My best piece of advice would be to never let anyone outwork you. I think it's really important to have skills. It's important to have basketball IQ. And it's really important to just have respect for the game, the players around you, and the coaches. But if you go into every drill, never take a play off, you go as hard as you can, do the very best that you can, and get something out of the drill, then you're going to be fine. Like, if you want to get more playing time, you have to work for it. It's not earned. It's not given to you. You have to get in the gym. You have to work on your ball handling. You have to just get up extra shots. It's up to you. Nothing is given, especially now that you're a college student. It's your first time living on your own, and you realize that you were kind of like, you were babied a little bit when you were in high school, and you realize not everyone's gonna be in your best interest. So you have to find a way to self-motivate yourself to get out there and just work hard.
Well, thank you so much, Reagan, for being on the show. First time ever. Congratulations on some already highlight clips.
Thank you.
Also, good luck with your broadcasting career and the rest of the season as well. Hopefully you'll get to play a lot more years here at IU East.
Okay, thanks for having me, Travis.
I'm your host, Travis Lang, and we'll see you in the next episode.